Hi everyone, welcome to the Cane Corso channel. I wanted to jump on and share our experience on TPLO surgery and those that might have to undergo plate removal after the surgery. And I want to be clear, I am not a veterinarian. I'm simply just sharing our experience as dog owners in hopes that it helps someone facing similar situation. So my husband and I have always loved large breed dogs. After doing a lot of research on the Cane Corso breed, we brought home our first Corso. Her name is Bahia. As you can see, she got along well with her cousins at the time. She was smart, confident, adorable, and really set the tone for us wanting another dog. So then we have my dear Bane, who is equally as cute. Even as a puppy, we knew he was going to be big, but we had absolutely no idea just how big. Fast forward a few years, and Bane weighs in currently at 170 pounds. So despite his size, though, he's been a giant baby since day one. Whether that's a male Cane Corso thing or just a Bane thing, we're still not sure. Unfortunately, both of our dogs would eventually undergo TPLO surgery, and both would later require the plate be removed for different reasons. I wanted to just jump on and share our experience and hopefully provide some reassurance to others who might be going through something similar. As you probably know, TPLO surgery is one of the most common procedures performed on large and giant breed dogs after they tear their cranial cruciate ligament, which is very similar to the ACL in humans. So because of their size and weight, many large breeds struggle to compensate for the torn ligament without surgery. So TPLO changes the mechanics of the knee so they can return to a normal active life. For context here, our girl Bahia is 9 and Bane is 8. So they would be considered senior dogs. So we were very nervous about them undergoing not only the TPLO, but later finding out that they would have to have the plate removed. So it really was not as bad as we thought, aside from the expense. And that might be another video. Okay, so occasionally what ends up happening is the plate will develop what is called a biofilm, and it's like a bacteria that will attach to the implant. So what happens is it makes it very difficult for the antibiotics that were prescribed to even penetrate to clear up the infection, because we beat ourselves up wondering why or how would both of our dogs have to undergo this. We followed the directions. I am very particular about keeping their bedding clean. So I felt like, is it something we did? So it wasn't. The biofilm sometimes just attaches to the plate and it happens, unfortunately. What you're looking at now is that little bubble on Bahia's incision, which is what drew our attention. And what is odd is her incision had healed beautifully. Her procedure was last August. So she was completely healed, and then that developed. So it doesn't always happen right away. Bane, on the other hand, his incision did not heal appropriately after the TPLO. So it was determined that he needed to have the plate removed a little sooner than Bahia. So I just wanted to put that out there. And also what you're looking at now is the actual plate and screws that were removed from Bahia. So it's really interesting to see how big these items are that's holding your dog's joints together. That is our Bane. We put him in water rehab after his surgery, something we're planning on doing for both dogs. We think they'll enjoy it and it will be great on their joints. And you know, one thing I do want to say, before your vet decide that the plate needs to come out, they will put them on a course of antibiotics. They will take x-rays just to make sure the bone has completely healed. before taking the plate out. So I wanted to share that. The recovery time is not nearly as extensive as the actual TPLO, but you do have to be careful. You still want to monitor and make sure they're not excessively going up and down stairs, running. They'll need to be leash walked for elimination going outside. But other than that, Bahia is doing pretty good. If you notice the lick sleeve in some of the photos, the gray sleeve, that has been a lifesaver. She's in her crate. We didn't really use the crate, but it came in handy as she was recovering, so she could be outside but still contained. That is her incision from a couple days ago. It's healing beautifully. We are still monitoring her. She is still on antibiotics, but all in all, she's walking fine. No limping. Her incision seems to be healing. That's the lick sleeve. And again, I'm not paid to say this, but that is great, especially a great alternative to the cone of shame that can sometimes cause anxiety. But that's all. I just wanted to share our experience. Talk to you guys soon.